Thank you all for joining the session. Before we start the session, let me tell you some of the ground rules for this webinar. You all will be on mute mode during the session. You will be unmuted for the question answer round at the end of this session. In case somebody wants to ask any of the questions in between of the session, you have the option of typing your question in the chat window and our team will respond to you as soon as possible. So this webinar is being recorded and we will be sharing the recording with you all for future reference. My name is Rishika Umar and I am the marketing consultant for DevLabs Alliance. Now to give you a quick intro about what we are and what we do. So DevLabs Alliance is the leading provider of technical training and consulting services. So when I say technical training, here I will name some of our top trending technologies and workshops that are basically SDET and automation, DevOps, robotics process automation, data science and machine learning, blockchain, performance testing, and last but not the least, soft skills also. We have presence across various continents like Asia, Canada, USA, and also we are having very rich pool of IT professionals, consultants, and advisors in the respective segments. If you want more information, you can go through our website and get the detailed information about the same. Coming to the next slide, why you should prefer us? We have some USPs. Number one is practical workshops with zero theory. Our sessions are completely hands-on with use cases and assignment oriented. Number two is small batch size, which is very important for any of the training because there you get the focused attention. Number three is our trainers are subject matter experts and have real-time industry experience. Number four is latest course curriculum. Our course curriculum is designed as per the industry standards. So this slide basically is for the people who wants to enroll for the course today itself because we have a special offer for them. We are offering 10% instant discount if you apply these coupon codes by clicking on the link and go to our website. You apply these coupon codes and you'll get instant 10% discount on the course fees. Our next batch will be starting from 26th of March. So we'll keep on sharing these coupon links over the chat windows also during the session. So now the quick intro about the trainer. Our trainers are the real-time industry experts and are having very rich experience in the same field. So I will not take much of your time and I'll hand it over to Mr. Yesh. Mr. Yesh, you can now continue and take control now.
So much. Okay, so can I share my screen or will
yeah, sure,
go
you
by
can take
this?
control. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So my screen is visible to everyone. Hello. Hello.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, let's start then. Okay, sure. So first of all, we'll discuss about this course, automation with Java. This role is named as SDET, Software Development Engineer in Test. So first we'll describe first what is the need of automation, right? So first we'll discuss about the manual testing, what are the pain points, and there we'll land with on the automation with Java. So For the manual testing, okay, the pen points of manual testing we'll discuss. Then this is just the overview that what is our agenda for today's session. Then advantages of automation testing, introduction to Selenium with other tools, then implementation of automation testing, then implementation of automation testing, then
You're not audible, yes.
sorry, don't know, by any chance it got muted. Okay, is it fine now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, no, sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah, so I was talking about the manual testing. So let me present one scenario in front of you, then we'll judge the manual testing. Let's suppose, like I asked you, or the required requirement is there. There is some 1,000 lines, okay, and every day you need to come and you need to count those 1,000 lines to ensure, yeah, every line is there. 1,000 lines, okay. There is no manipulation in the data. There is nothing. No line is gate erased. Okay, you need to ensure that there is 1,000 lines with the correct content. Correct. So every day you will come, okay, you will count the lines one by one, one, two, three, four, up to 1,000 times, right? So it will consume the time, first thing. And it is also the irritating process, right? Every day you will come, count the lines, right? It can be a thing, okay. It can be a thing by mistakenly, okay, because every day you are seeing the same eyes, you will not care, okay. You can think, okay, on Monday it was 1,000 line, on Tuesday also it will be a 1,000 line. You will not, with that passion and with that energy, you will not again going to count it every day, right? 365 days, correct. So what is your opinion in this case? Okay, the first thing, chances of mistakes will be high, correct. It can be a thing like you are counting it, and by any chance you just didn't count the second line, maybe it gets skipped, and now you're counting from three, fourth, fifth, and then the count total you are getting 999. Then again you need to count it, correct. So chances of mistakes is there, right? It can be a chance that you have to recount again due to confusion in the counts, right? When you have the bucks, when you are calculating this, okay, the notes and the currency and all these things, right? It can be happen like you need to count it two times, three times, right? When the money is high, correct. So every day you will not count with the same passion and excitement. That is the most important thing that we are discussing, right? Every day you will not going to count the same with the same passion and excitement and energy that you have on the first day, correct. And this is again very time consuming, and the absolute reason is it is very bored, correct. If you'll do this manual testing again and again and again, you will get bored. It is time consuming, hard, and even, it's not relaxation for the body. You will do it again and again. There is, and even no technical person will do this, correct. Because technically evolved, the technology is evolved so much that this type of works, if you'll do in the industry, you will not get valued, right? Because if you'll go just log into your system just to count the 1,000 lines, correct, you will even not enjoy your work. So these are the some pain points of the manual testing, right? It is very time consuming. You need to repeat the work, which again make yourself as bored, correct, to that work passion. Then it is very tedious and boring. Again you need to count one by one all the 1,000 line, 1,000 time you need to count every day. Again I'm saying every day, 365 days, correct. It requires a tester all the time. It's not like that, okay, now you are going to some coffee and lunch and you have counted till 500, then you will come, then you need to mark it, then you again need to do it. So it requires a one person to sit and to monitor everything and to count every day, right? High risk of errors, again, like you are counting it, okay, maybe due to some chance, or with some overconfident, because like every day you are counting and it is remaining the 1,000 itself. Maybe someday some deployment get failed, or some lines are get hidden or get erased, but you have the same confidence. You will say, no sir, it is 1,000 lines are there, even if you'll count it till 999, but you will be assured, okay, by mistake or by any chance, let's don't recount it, maybe it can skip. Now you will say, oh yeah sir, there is 1,000 lines, but in an actual one line it is get skipped or get erased. So high risk is there definitely. And manual creation of logs and screenshot. Again, if I will tell you, so you need to take all the screenshot of this 1,000 lines. Okay, so there will be, let's suppose in one screenshots 100 lines are captured, so you need to take 10 screenshots, correct, which will have this 1,000 lines. And again you need to give it to me or over a mail, or you will log some Jira ticket. That we'll discuss how we'll log these defects and write the test cases on the later stage. But for making this very easy, you need to give me on a mail every day this collecting this 10 screenshots and 10 screenshots and all. So again it will make you very hectic and bored thing. Again you need to print, shift 3, get all the screenshot, give me in an email, right? It is a lengthy process as well as time consuming, board, and most important, like it is repeat work. You will not get any enthusiasm to do this, right? And you will even get what I am doing, like that type of feeling as well in manual testing, right? So these are some pain points of manual testing. Okay, let's see how this manual testing is get evolved by or get solved by automation. So why automation? I guess like whatever the points we have discovered, right, in this previous slides, what are the pain points we are feeling and all, that is why the automation is here. You don't even have to take 10 times screenshot. The automation tool or the coding that you are going to write, that plugins, that softwares only do for you. Even you don't have to sit on your computer for a long time. Even you can have your coffee and tea, the system will run and automate your test cases. Even you don't have to worry about that, correct? And even one more thing, let's suppose this 1,000 lines, let's consider that example, okay, that we have discussed. The 1,000 lines of code you need to count on Chrome, on Mozilla, on Linux system, on Safari, on Opera. So you need to count 1,000 line of codes 5 times. It is like a 5,000 line of codes 5,000 times you need to count it. So again it's very disgusting, even it, right? So automation, you will write some 10 to 15 line of codes, and you will ask the automation code, now please count on Chrome browser, on Safari, on Opera, on Mozilla, anywhere. So it will count by there itself. You don't have to worry about anything, correct? So there is again one more thing, one more risk you are minimizing, the cross browser testing, correct? You know, like when you are playing with some sites and all, on mobile it is showing some differently, on laptop it will show some different things, right? And even on the some Mozilla or IE browser, some old browser if you'll use, it is like some creepy you will see in the websites. Maybe it will not that much unresponsive, will take lots of time, correct? So it can happen. A single site on multiple platform behave differently, correct? So that testing as a tester also you need to do, right? So that's why the automation is here. With some limited line of codes, you will get all the flexibility with the cross browser testing, like how your site is behaving on different platforms, different operating systems, different browsers, different even the if you are taking some input from the keyboard, then using virtual keyboard and using this keyboard, right? When you will log into some securities banks and all, so there you will get two options. Either you can put your password or the customer ID or any information through your personal keyboard or through the virtual keyboard. So as a tester you should also need to verify whether the virtual keyboard is working fine or not, whether your keyboard, okay, that is attached to your system is working fine or not, right? So all these things, that is solved by your automation, some limited lines of codes and some plugins and software that we will see in the upcoming slides. Okay, so I hope like I have meant very clear why there is a need of automation. Again, automation only not, okay, making his sites here. If we'll go to blockchain testing, okay, even with some Angular sites and all, even the blockchain you can test it, right? But manually it is impossible to test, correct? Rare to impossible. If we'll go with some its algorithms and all, you will get very confused. So even there are some libraries and all, if you that take manual testing 5 hours, in automation it will be some 50 seconds or 1 minute to test that whole thing. So automation is not even like get if you'll see some chat box as well, just I am elaborating why on automation, even for the advanced technology, if you'll see AI ML related model, right? If a very small example, if you'll go to any site, there you will get some chat box, correct? If you want to test that checkbox, if you have your uh, this MacBook, there you will get Siri, correct, in which you can give any input using some voice and you will get the output, right? So all these things, if you need to test using some AI related model, ML related model, all you will get using automation. Using manual, it is not even certified as well. If you'll do some manual testing of some of the things, they will say, okay, this is manually only, so human can make the mistakes, but not the system. So it's best choice to go with the automation, right? Now, I hope like I'm very clear why you need the automations, right? So to minimize all these things that we have discussed, like what are the pain points in the manual testing, you just need to have some coding knowledge and some tools configuration, and you are all set to go, right? And just I'm elaborating on the SDET role that you will learn from this session. Okay, this SDET is not only the designation for testing, it is more than that. Okay, when you will call or you will get the designation as an SDET, you will be a product owner. Okay, you will enhance, you will, okay, you will wear the shoes of the users and you will give some enhancement for the features or the product. You will review the developers code and the services that they have written, so called API services and microservices. Locators designed by the front end engineers, whether they are stable or not, whether they are dynamic, working properly or not, having IDs, CSS selectors, ng modules or not, correct? Worked with DevOps for the releases on the production or on the lower environments with pipelines and all. Test and defect management system you will do. And the most important thing, you will get the ownership of the product or the features. So as date, it's not limited to any of the designation. You can see I will just revise it. Okay, you will do 6 type of things in an industry, correct? One, you will be act as a product owner, enhancement of the features. Okay, review developers code and services. Locators designed by front end engineers, worked with DevOps for release, test and defect management, and the ownership of the product or the features you will get. Okay. Now, this we have discussed why automation. Just to categorize these things in point wise, it's reliable. Okay, repeatable. You don't have to repeat. You just need to press one run button. It will repeat itself. You don't have to do anything. You can go to any coffee shop or tea shop, have your food, lunch, no problem. The system will run it. You just have to press the run button. That's it. Comprehensive, better quality software you will get, right? Reusable, programmable. Means programmable, the most advantage you will get by the automation is the programmable. Whatever you want, just code it, you will get it. Just code it. If you want some JSON format, write the JSON format code. If you want to read some data from Excel, just write the for it is like only 10 line of code just to read the data from Excel. You can do that. If you want to write some data into Excel with some format and all, you can do that. So there is no restriction. In manual it's a restriction, right? But here in automation, it's not at all restriction. Whatever is in your mind, just type a code for it and all set. All the libraries and alls are there. Just you need to be aware of that and you need to use it in a proper way. That's it. Again, fast, right? For manual testing, if you'll see, if you'll count 1,000 line in each operating system with different browser, let's suppose we have 5 operating system with 5 browsers, so it will take like to count 1,000 lines manually. Okay, I'm considering 30 minutes. Okay, so 30 into 5, so you can consider that much amount of time you required for manual testing. Again, this is just a rough estimation, right? It can happen like maybe your system, whatever you are seeing, right, you will get some confusion over there. Again, you need to add some recount of things. If you miss some lines, again you need to count it 1,000 times, take the screenshots and all. Let take 1 hour. So for 5 system, it will be 5 hour every day you will waste just counting the lines, taking the screenshots, emailing with this different 5 browsers. So 5 hours each day you will waste. And how much time you will get? Industry allocated time 8 hours, correct? And 5 hours you are wasting here only. So you could think there is no learning you will get. But if you'll have a program, believe me, it will take less than 5 minutes. You even you will get the evidence and all. You don't have to capture it, nothing you have to do. It will do automatically in a 5 minutes. You are reducing, you can see It's 0.001% of 5 hours to 5 minutes. And again, I'm saying less than 5 minutes. It can be 2 minutes as well if you'll write the code in an optimized way. So now I guess you are very clear why you need the automation. Correct? Okay. Now the tool. Okay. Again, automation is a very big word. Now we'll segregate it. Okay. Now we'll categorize it. One thing that is UI testing. What you are seeing on my screen, okay, this is the UI. If you'll open any site, you will see its UI. Correct. You will not be get the information of the backend system. You will only see the UI. Its colors, its buttons, its UI designing, where is the pop-up is coming. All these are the UI drop downs, some options, some error message you will get, right? Some form one submit button. All you will see is the UI. That is called in technical term front end. That front end developer used to using Bootstrap and all these things they used to design that platform for you to interact, right? So if you want to go with front end testing, correct, we have the best tool in the market called as Selenium. It has lots of lakhs of libraries, supports, and even you can take the data from Excel sheets. Correct. Let's suppose I am giving you one practical example. Okay. If you want to log in with Facebook, okay, you will get some login username and password you will enter, and then you have a login button, right? Let's suppose if you want to every day, if you want to do this, okay, with let's suppose thousands of user again, every time you will put 1,000 username and then password and then click on submit button and we'll see, okay, this is completed like this, okay, this is successful login, this is successful login. Every time 1,000 times in Excel you need to write it a true or false whether it's login successfully or not. 1,000 times again on different things and all, it's very again hectic situation. With Selenium there is one library, third party, very easily Apache PY. I heard maybe you have heard the name of this Apache. Okay, it will give you one library. You just need to add it. It's a 10 seconds. Okay, just need to add that. Then again, only 10 or 12 line of code, and easily it will only create the Excel, put all the data, thousands data you need to write only for a single time. It will run automatically every day, and every day it will check marks whether using this username and password you are able to log in or not. That's it. You don't have to do anything. So this is just one example I'm giving. Okay, so there are lots of things you will get from Selenium, and most important thing, this is free open source. Now only you can download the Selenium, integrate with whatever IDE you are using, IntelliJ or Eclipse. Okay, integrate with it and you can start with it. It's simple as it is. There is nothing that much configuration or setup you need to do. That is the only thing. Okay, most important thing, it's free and it's open source. There are lots of community. Even if you fail to get some errors, you can just type it on Google. There are lots of community available online there, they will help you. Okay, it's not a new tool there. See, whenever some new tool come to the market, it will guarantee you like I will give you this thing, this thing, this thing and all. But when actually you will try to implement everything, you will see, okay, this is not working properly, the reports are not generating and all this thing. Then you will report that bug, then they will fix it, and then you can use it. It's very lengthy process. And Selenium, believe me, it's very experienced tool in the market. Every bugs are closed. Okay, and every time new updates like a Java it's coming, and it's very stable release it will give. You will only have to focus on your test cases, no matter of the bugs. On the Selenium side, configuration is very easy. Okay, support 24 by 7. You will find every defect is logged, you will get everything. And even all the new configuration or the new tools coming to the markets are get attached or tie up with the Selenium, so you don't have to worry about anything. Even Jenkins, Bamboo, browser stack, everyone are connected and responded to Selenium, like they have no conflict. Their tool is get attached and integrated with all the new technologies. Even if you go to with Selenium, you can even code in Python. There is no language barrier. Correct. So it is supported to everything. As of now, in whatever the recent technology you are coming up with, it's all supported with Selenium and you can test it. That's the best part. So language support, environment support, coding skills, customer support, cost, license, everything. It's open source, free, and it's coding skills very high. all the libraries, lakhs of things are present over there. You don't have to worry about anything. Just you need to aware about this, and you need to have some practice of good coding skills. See, everyone knows codings, but we are here to make it in a good way, so that you can write your code in optimized way. That is the most important thing. And next thing is designing your test cases with Seleniums and all. So I hope like I am very clear on the UI side, why Selenium is there for you and what it helps with you. Okay. So for UI testing, for front end testing, you will get all these things using Selenium tools. Okay. Selenium with Java. Okay, next, go to next slides. Advantage of Selenium, we have like, again there are some points, okay, that we'll discuss. Selenium supports multiple operating system, whether it's Mac, Windows, Linux, it will support. Okay, it's a web based automation testing that we have already discussed. It's a web based mean UI one, right? Front end one. It is supports to multiple browsers, whether it could be IE, Edge browsers, Mozilla, Chrome, Safari. Every browser they have supports. Opera, even Opera, okay. Multiple programming languages, no barrier at all in the language. Even if you want to code in Python, it will allow. Groovy Rails, it will allow in Java. Okay, preferably industry, banking industry, finance industry, pharma industry, major industries are supporting Java. Multiple frameworks, okay, there are lots of framework, but even if I'll take some technical names, then it can be a some you will not understand that. But anyway, it is, you can search it on Google maybe after the session. It's BDD framework, we have TDD, ATDD. All these are the types of frameworks, okay, the Selenium will support. There are unit frameworks, all these things Seleniums have. And open source, as we already discussed, community is there. It's a very stable version you will get. Okay, and most important, it's error prone. There you will not see any errors in these builds and all. Okay, it's readily available. Okay, then we'll discuss some Selenium components. Okay, first, Selenium ID, like we have your IntelliJ ID, Eclipse ID. So before Selenium also launch its own ID, you don't have to integrate with anything, you can just start coding on Selenium ID. Then they have some Selenium remote controls. Okay, here, like if you want to run your code on some clouds and all, so that you will get from Selenium RC. Selenium Webdriver, this is we are going to use Selenium Webdriver. It is related with all the browser that you need to interact with. Either it can be a Chrome, Mozilla, Opera, IE, Edge, anything, Safari, that you can interact with this Selenium WebDriver. Selenium Grid, if let's suppose if you want to run your code on different operating system, then you can go with Selenium Grid as well. So these are some components of it. Okay, that's, it's very in detailed, we'll get to learn once you enroll in this particular uh, topic, that is SDET role. Okay, then the benefits that you will get, it is the one of the most important. Again, whatever we have discussed, like that's things, okay, it's covered here. Open source operating systems, right, with different browsers you will get. And the Selenium WebDriver gives you all the functionalities. You have to just write two line of codes. Okay, webdriver.manager set.setup, and whatever browser you want to connect with, either it can be a Chrome, just you need to add the object of that. Selenium will do all the connectivity and the protocol inside itself. You don't have to worry about anything. Okay, this is all about the UI testing. Okay, next, coming to the API testing, the most hot topic now. API testing. Okay, so before the UI will develop by front end developers, okay, the backend, the core backend is get developed by the backend developers. Okay, and now we have full stack developers as well who developed all these things, front end and back end. So first, understand what is API. Okay, let's don't get into much detail whatever you are showing on your screen. Okay, let's don't deep into technical sides. Let's understand in very lame language. Okay, what is the API testing? So first we need to understand what is API. So its full form is Application Programming Interface. It's an interface, right? So interface means some middleman. Now let's take one very good example. Just hold for a moment, just a second. Okay, so just take one real life example. If you'll, many of you have went to the hotels and all, right? If you'll go to hotel, in hotel, You ordered a dish, okay, and you get that served by a waiter, correct? In actual, you are a customer, you will pay for the dish, okay, and you have ordered the one dish, okay, one pizza or let's suppose any dish, okay. And in an actual, what happened? So you have ordered a dish, the cook inside the kitchen will make a dish, okay, will cook a dish for you, but waiter is the someone who will take your order and brings the desired result. Desired result means your dish, okay, whatever you have ordered at your table. So your ordering means you are giving the requirement, okay. The cook, okay, he is or she is, okay, cooking that dish for you, okay, making it ready for you. The waiter, what he is doing, he is just passing your requirement in kitchen, okay. The concern cook will cook that dish for you, and once it's get ready, the waiter will take that dish from the kitchen and give the desired result or the dish at your table. So waiter is not doing anything, he is just passing the message and getting the desired result to the customer. Ordering one is the customer, correct? And who is making the food? The cook. Only you can see one interface who is interacting between the customer and the kitchen. In the kitchen or the cook is the waiter. So waiter is your API in the technical language. Very simple. So what API will do? API will take the order, means whatever you want. So whatever the requirements of a customer, okay, API will take the requirement, conveyed it to the backend system. Backend will make ready that output. In hotel example, it's a dish. Waiter or the API will take that result from the backend and present to the customer. That's it. This is the simple meaning of API, and only this API used to do. It is just an interface between the requirements, to gather the requirements and to fulfill the requirements. Okay, in hotel example, it's very easy, guys. Okay, customer, between customer and between cook, who is interacting, who is the interface? API is the interface, correct? I hope now API, you all know what is the API, correct? But here, this is the architecture of API, right? But as a tester, because backend no one will see. On UI you will not see the backend, right? On backend you will see the some buttons and all, you will perform it, that anyway you can test it from Selenium. But what is hidden is, right, what is hidden is some codes that no one will able to see. Only some internal people who is tester or developers can see how they will test it. A very small example just to understand the situation that you will understand now. Okay, you have your TV and remote, okay, you just press one button, the TV will get on. So as a UI tester, what you will do, you will just test all the buttons present on the remote. You will press one by one whether it's functioning properly and interacting with TV or not. As a UI tester, you will do this. But as a backend tester, what you will see, after pressing this button, whether the signals are generating or not, right? We have on a remote, we have some electronic motherboard or some chips are there. If we'll press some button, the chips will interact with some signal and they will pass 0 or 1 signals to the TV, correct? There are sub signals flows, and based on that input, it will redirect it to some next channel. If you have pressed the switch off button, then it is get switched off, right? So it is actually signal based architecture happen between, the interaction is happening with some signals. But as a UI tester, you will not worry about signals, you will just press it. If I'm pressing switch off button, the desired result should be the TV will get switched off. This is your concern. But as a backend tester, what is your concern? As a backend tester, if you will click on the switch off button, whether the zero signal is get generated or not to the system, and whether this zero signal is get passed to the TV or not. So even if you are interacting with TV and remote, you are not able to see the signals because these are some backend architecture. Now it's very hectic to test this backend architectures, correct? Now I hope like you get the understanding what is the situation in backend testing. Right. UI, it's very simple. If you press the switch off button, TV will get switched off. The test case is passed. But in backend, it's very difficult. You need to see what type of signal it's get generated and whether this signal, whatever is generated from this button when you pressed from remote, is get conveyed to the TV on a same fashion or not. Correct. Now, how to test? This is a typical backend tester. Okay, this they will deal with. How to test this? So you what you will do? You will take again help of the rest assured and postman. Again, these are some tools that we are going to use, okay, to test the backend. Okay, this tools will tell you what is the input that is generating. We will have some Java coding in it and some plugins installation. They will even guide you for that as well. And there, this you will get using API testing. Correct. Now I will give you one more example for this API testing that you will understand this. Okay. So once your backend is working properly, when signals are generating, everything is working properly. Okay. So then let's suppose you have written some code. Okay. It will just take the input and give the desired result, or it will populate the DB. These are some backend examples. Okay. Once if you have tested the backend, okay, if your backend is working properly, it's ensured like it will work with the web application, it will work with the application apps on your mobiles, whether on iPhone or Android. It will work with IoT as well, Internet of Things, with some, right, with some tools, with some chips, and right, so Raspberry Pi and all, it will work fine. So if your backend is working, then you just need to integrate your services with, maybe it's web, maybe it's app, correct, maybe it's IoT. You just need to integrate it. That's why it's very crucial. It's a heart of the system that you need to test your API testing. Correct. So how to test this API? Again, very simple. The tools that we'll going to see, okay, the Postman and rest assured with Java. Postman is a tool through which it's a like a client type of tool through which without the browser you can just hit all the URLs, whatever the desired result you are getting, match with the database, correct, with some SQL queries. And this is the manual type of things. You can make it all this with coding using rest assured. And this is again, rest assured is developed in Java. So just I am telling you how Java is important to you, because every tool, every new things coming, because Java will give you some stable version and you can test it. So even this rest assured is built on Java internally. So there you will get even the logs as well. Okay, how much time it's taking to get the requirements, right? If we'll see again, coming back to our, okay, coming to our previous example of hotel. You have ordered something because you are a customer, you are paying, okay, without any bargaining and everything, you are paying a total cost. Let's suppose the dish is coming not hot, it's coming as a very cold. You have ordered some paneer, okay, or some pizza, it's coming in very cold state. So, do you enjoy that particular pizza or not? You will not, definitely, because you are paying the full amount and you are not getting the services properly, right? Even you are not getting, means you have ordered the pizza and some half pizza is delivered to you, and again it's very cool, not hot, right? So here, delivering the result is not important. Delivering the result in a time, and the result should be a quality of result. Correct. The Domino's have their service will in pan the world, like will just give you the delivery in 30 minutes. So they will serve with hot pizza, and even the quality is also good you will get. Right. So it's like, from this also you can test the services. Let's suppose some backend developers comes, he is very fresher, he had just written the code and it's very ambiguous and time taking code. It's not at all optimized with not using proper data structure and all. So you have just pressed 2 plus 2 and it is giving 4 result after 30 minutes. So do you really going to wait for 40 minutes or 1 hour or 4 hours to get the result? Not at all. You will not even wait for 50 or 40 seconds. It should be very quick in 1 to 2 seconds. I am saying 1 to 2 seconds more. It should be in some 200 millisecond, 300 millisecond. You used to see 2 plus 2 equals to 4. So from API testing, even you will map the time properly, like whether on a given time you are getting the proper desired result with some quality or not. So this are some test cases that you will have in your API testing. All we can test using Postman tool, and in coding it's rest assured with Java. Okay. Now I think from all the slides I have explained like where there is a need of Java, why Java. Now just one separate slide I have added. Okay, so why Java? Again, Java is very established language. Every day, every some month, you will see a best optimized Java version is coming with some shortcuts, lacks of libraries, with connecting to AIML, with connecting to different browser, different tools, different VCS, that is version control system with Gate and all. Every day it's coming. Okay, it's full of like tech updated language. And if you'll see the job ratio in the market, if you'll compare any of the language I'm seeing with Java, you will find the proportion of jobs present in market, it's more of Java compared to any other language. Java is have a performed and it's very renowned language. And if you'll see, if you'll connect with anyone, any institution, if you are applying for interview and all, the first round, second round, they will ask you some OOPS concept related with Java and some Java syntax. Right. So there are multiple catches, tries in Java that you are going to enjoy. It's totally analytical based, skill based language. There you will develop your mind coding everything. And even if you'll see the job proportions in Java, it's much more compared to any other language. So this is the what you can say highness of the Java that you are going to see. And I hope like you are maybe you are searching for any job, anything. Java is the basic thing that everyone want to know. If you will shock to know, many of the banks, I'm saying many of the banks and many of the financial institute, they are governing their work on Java because it has portability thing. It is it will provide you very secure things. Many of the algorithms RSA, I think you must know, RSA, Blowfish algorithm, hybrid of these two algorithms are working, and some scientists are working on this hybridization of this in Java language to get more security to the system. It's very simple syntax, easy to read, learn and write. Again, most important thing, it's free, nothing you need to pay, open source. You will find every community answering every answers. Okay, every question that you have in your mind, whatever error you are getting, you will get it in a fraction of seconds only. Vast library supports, okay, as I mentioned, with Git, VCS systems, Excels, right? Even with Selenium, API testing, you will get it, everything. Even its MVC structure, developers are using till this period. It's MVC structure, model view controller system. Spring and Hibernate, it's too amazing to connect with even database. It's very user friendly, and you will get multiple collections like hash map. You can store key and values, then hash sets, then thread safety, thread module. It's everything. You will say it's very user friendly, and data structures are, if you'll see, if you'll write some linked list in C and C++, okay, you need to design it from scratch, and it will take some optimization, and then it will again time consuming, and it's very hard to optimize it, and even it will take some your computer memory and on all. If you'll create 10 linked list and all, again it is very hectic. Every day you need to write the same code, and there is pointers concept and all. In Java it's nothing like that. They have created their own collection. You just need to import it, and you are good for linked list. You don't have to write pop function. Okay, what pop and decrement, then per push, then increment, it will all handle by Java. So I think many of you get good relief. Like stack, queue, linked list are already implemented in Java. You don't have to write a single line of code for that. You just need to import it, and you are all set to perform pop push operation. You just need to type dot and push method dot and pop method dot pick method. Everything Java will perform for you. So I hope like now many of guys are feeling good. It's very user friendly. Data structure, no pointer concept, only reference concept is there. Object oriented programming, this is again a very big hot question in interview. What is OOP? What are the pillars of it and all, everything, and you will get to learn everything here. Portable and interactive, okay, ideal for prototypes, provide more functionality with less coding. Again, as it has all the functions like we have discussed for linked list and all, so in very less lines of code you will achieve everything. So I hope like we are all clear with why we are using Java for testing. Okay, now we have talked a bit lot with UI testing, API testing, why automation, pain points of manual testing, language and all. I hope like you will not get bored with all these things, because we have demo for you. Whatever we have talked, we'll just see on cloud platform. Again, I'm seeing on cloud, we'll see. Again, I have mentioned one thing, like you need to take the screenshots manually, shift print screen and all, and you need to give the mail and all. So it's again the manual testing type, right? But how we can automate it, just I will present one demo for you all. Okay. So again, there are multiple ways to write the frameworks. It's BDD, TDD and all, right? To make it very clear to understand what you are doing. Okay, let me, okay, see this. Okay, in a demo part, I will show you everything. So this is one site. It's a very small demo. Just I have created. Okay, this is a site. Okay, Mercury 2 test. Okay, here you can see you need to, okay, take it as a requirement. Now you are a as date. Okay, you need to do this every time. Let's suppose in manual, you need to give some first name, email, then some city address or some country. Okay, all this is of just a tags present over here in a form page. Okay, to register, and you will book some, okay, some car or some this tourist place and all these things. Okay, this username, password, confirm password, and then you will just submit it, right? Just a second. I hope like this example is clear. Okay, then you need to click on submit button. So here, as of now, there is no field is mandatory. Okay, I can just write here first name as Yash, and just I can even submit it, so it will not cause any issue. Just I have print, right? And he can see it's printed, dear Yash, thanks for registering and all, like this. So this is a simple website. Okay, but in industry you will not get a single page to automate. There will be end-to-end testing. Okay, will happen. You need to check on DB whether from Yash, some request has come to DB or not, whether the Yash is get populated in database or not, right? Created or not, data entry, right? Everything. So as of now, I'm just focusing on this three field. First name. Okay, then this country, I will change it from this drop down. Here it's Albania, there are lots of countries. Okay, and then username, I will just provide my email ID, then I will click on submit button. Okay, so this we will do using Java, Selenium, Jenkins, and then browser stack. Now we'll, okay, then you will say, sir, we are know about Java and Selenium as of now. What is Jenkins and what is browser stack? So as I told you, okay, Selenium will also provide you some cloud related support. Correct. Let's suppose you are in night, maybe you are working for some different countries and all. Let's suppose, or some at night some deployments are happening. Correct. But due to some emergency, you are not there to press this button. You, I think, just let me show you this button. You know, right? And you are not available to press this button, run test button. Correct, someone has to do this. So Jenkins will take care of that. You can even command Jenkins like every 5 minutes run my code. He will run your code without any hesitation. And even some memory space, all issue will not be there. It will work on some cloud. And every 5 minutes, again, it is a manual testing job to take screenshots and all. You don't have to do. The browser stack will take all the evidence. Okay. And even now I am using Mac operating system, but I want this form to be tested on Chrome or Windows. I will just specify, please run my code on Windows. Chrome version is this. It will run it on a cloud only. I don't even have to install any browser. I think now you're getting some surprise that without even installing any browser, nothing you have to do. Just you have to add some plugin that anyway you will learn with me. Okay, after enrolling this course, correct. Just you have to write some code. It will do even without installing any browser. It will work on cloud itself. Cloud have everything. You don't have to worry about it. So Jenkins will trigger your jobs, will trigger your automation. Browser tech, browser stack will run your code on different browsers, on different operating system based on your requirements, right? And again, it will not only run, it will save the evidences as well. Correct. If your boss will come and ask you, hey, on Monday, what is the status of this? So you will just show. sir, please take this link. You can see all the evidences here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, up to how many days you want to show. Like, see, I am testing and results are coming, because this can happen. This is a real time scenario. Again, I'm saying, you are saying on Monday it is working. They will ask you, what is the evidence? What is the evidence that on Monday it is working? Then you will search for screenshots and all these things, right? But here on cloud, it is set for you. You can just show them. Even you can mail them every time reports. Again, you don't have to click on email button, all these things, send button. Automatically, it will also happen. Now we'll see this. Okay, we'll see this automation as well. Okay, so just a second. So I will go to Mercury 2 test. Okay, this is my Jenkins present here. Okay, I will just click here, build now. Okay, so here you can see on a left hand side, okay, one job will get triggered automatically. It will take some time. Let me just refresh it. Maybe I have to log in again. Yes, it gets session time expired. So okay, so this is a test registration that I have created. Let me show you on this. Okay, this is a test registration, very simple, I have created. Okay, if you'll see in configure. Okay, so I'm just running it. I've just given some configuration, some my passwords for browser stack to integrate with it. Okay, you don't have to write any code for this. You just need to give your login ID, password, right? Pom.xml, that's it. There are multiple things. You can even generate high quality based reports. Even if you want to mail something, you can just have some email notification. You can click on this checkbox, give some recipient's email ID and all these things, right? You can even do that. You don't have to even email it from your own, because this can happen because we are human. One day you can miss some email, but the system will not. You don't have to worry about that as well. You can even run this from your Git. As soon as you commit some code, you can run it, and system will only run it. You don't have to do anything. So there are lots of things that will deep dive in the sessions, right? As of now, just I have just made it, okay, this for you, and now I will just run it. Okay, I will click on this build now. You can see it's get started. This 35, right? This is the timing on the system. You can see 8:23 on my system. It's 8:23, right? So it is get started now. It will run it. Now you can see no browser, nothing is opening, right? Even if you'll see, I will show you at the last once it's get executed. So what will happen till this time it is executing? It will come. It will enter first name. It will enter here. It will change the country to India, right? And it will enter the username. Okay, I will show you the code as well. Let's just enjoy this first. Okay, so it's get, like you can see, it's get executed. Now I will just click on this build. Even you can click on this test result. You can see this is the Mercury 2 test example. Okay, you can see one test case. I have just written one test case as of now. Okay, just for the secure of time. So you can see one test case is passed. If you want to see some console output, you can even see the output, right? What he has done, what is the framework you are using, what is the environment, everything you can see it here in the console input. Okay, you can see this, right? And if I'll go to, this is the browser stack. Okay, let me just refresh this. Okay, so again, this is a browser stack. It will store this, okay, on different versions and all. So if you'll see, this is a thread one. This is a thing a minute ago. Let's just start this. Okay, it will only show the video and everything. You don't have to do anything. Correct. Let me just present. Even you can download this. Okay, let me make it to full screen. You can see it's open this site, Mercury 2 test. Okay, enter here the first name, address, and the email ID, right? And then press the submit button. Correct. And this, if you'll see, I have run this on Windows system. You can see this window here. Correct. Mine is the Mac, but I am able to run this test cases on the Windows on the Chrome browser. So you can run it on many browsers, right? On Mozilla, on Linux system, on Opera, you can see. These are the logs as well. Like I have run my code on Chrome 96, operating system is Windows. You can see duration is 22 seconds to do this. Okay. And even told you, right, we will have some API testing and all that we will learn later, right? For this we need to have some access to the backend and all, so you can even include this. I have just marked as at unmarked as of now. Okay, here you can see one by one you will get the markers as well for the video. On 011 it has find some element, first name, then it has print, given the input as Nandish over there, right? And after that on 12 seconds what happened, everything you will get in very detailed. Even you will get some raw logs. As of now I have not implemented this networks logs and all. If there is some issue you will get some issue as well here, so you don't have to worry about anything. You just need to give the access to your manager and all. They can come here, they can see this every time. You even don't have to share, it will go automatically in your manager's mail, all these things. So you don't have to worry, this will do, all this will happen automatically. Correct. If I have just make, okay, one video as well, okay, where you will get some error. Just a second. Just for, so here you can see the error is occurred. Correct. This site is open, but some pop-up get come and you can, your system is not able to interact with all these things, right? First you need to accept it, then only you can click somewhere else, right? Correct. There are some pop-ups in the windows you will get, right? If you're writing something and suddenly some pop-up comes, then you need to first cancel it, then only you can write it, right? Before cancel, okay, you cannot write it. Only after cancellation you can write it. So here just I have make one pop-up here to accept the cookies, and I'm not clicking on this, then you can see you will get some issue. Correct. If I will go here, issues detected, it will show you. Correct. Build name not specified and browser stack ideal timeout. This error occurs when browser stack does not receive any commands from the client for specific period of time. If you'll go to some text logs as well, okay, here you can see. Correct. Here it is not able to find this element. Why? Because some pop-ups get come over here. So all these things even you will get it, right? And if you'll see this in the input capabilities, you are working on, you have, I have run this code on Windows, on Chrome, operating system version is 10, even you can run it on 8, right? Whatever threads you are using, because Java will support multi-threading and all. Correct. Even what version of Selenium you are using, it will give you, right? Even you can run your code on mobiles, iOS, everything. And for detailed inspection where the errors comes and everything, it will give you this screenshot automatically. You can also see I have not done anything. It has only run it without opening any browsers on the clouds, right? It has given me the screenshot where is the error, and it has mentioned also element click intercepted, element this submit is not clickable. Why? Because some pop-up get come over here. First we need to click on that, then only you can interact with it, and it will give you the proper errors and everything. So you don't have to do anything. So this is the automation, right? So I hope like this is clear to everyone. So this is I have for you. And let me show you the code as well, if some of you are interested how we have achieved this. Okay, so this is the BDD format. Okay, in BDD format we have like first one feature class. In feature class, so if I will just show you the feature class. Okay, it's very easy to read. Okay, just to understand, because if let's suppose, okay, if someone want to understand the, if you have 500 test cases, right? Even if you want to understand your all these test cases after you have written this now after 1 month or 2 months, it's very difficult, right, to see this. So it's written in very plain English language. Given user is on Mercury Tour website and provides contact details, provide mailing information, provide user information, then click on submit button. So from this English language, this 4 to 5 language, you will get to know what you are performing and or what you have tested in the past. Correct. You will get it for for each and every line. We have written some functions. Correct. That you need to navigate on this lines. These are some drivers, and we are using the page object model here, right? You can see for registration page, I have created one registration page. Okay, I have created its object, correct? Then I'm calling some methods. Let's just go to this methods. There are some methods from this. Okay, you can locate the elements, correct? So the automation, these are some coding things, right? That anyway you will learn it in very deep in this course. You will just find all the elements, correct? I'm just showing you, okay? I'm not teaching you how to do this as of now. Okay, so this is just, I have taken all these locators, correct? Based on this locators, I have performed some functions to give the city name as Kolkata, email ID as this. Okay, so these are very simple things, name as Nandish over here, right? And I have written one utility. So here I have written a very small code, right, to interact with the cloud and to run automatically, to take the video, to take the screenshot. You can see it's just a small lines of code it is written. Here I'm just giving all these things in a hash table. Hash table, hash map, again these are some Java inbuilt collections that you are going to use, right? Here you just have to write put means just to take the input. So the browser name should be Chrome, browser version is this, Windows is this, operating version as you have also shown on the this browser stack, the operating version we have used 10. Even if you want to run this on Mozilla, you just have to write here, okay, Firefox browser name, that's it. It will run on the Firefox. That's it. Okay, then you have some registration page that I have already showed you, where you have write the locators. This is a specified class for the locators and some methods. In step definition, there are only steps that we have integrated with our feature files. User is on Mercury tour website and all, and then you will just call the desired functions that you have written in registration page, correct? And then you have one test runner. If you want to run this locally, you have to just click on this button. It will start. Okay, it will start on your local machine, whatever the browser you have supported on, the based on that it will start it. So it's very simple, right? And using this Bdd framework, what you will get, everything is segregated. If there is some error comes, you will directly get to know, okay, this will be in registration page and on this and this line, correct? And everything is very segregated, right? Here this is this Bdd Selenium and whatever the design principles we are going to follow, it totally, okay, it totally, I'm saying 101%, it follow all the industry rules, from the nomenclature, from the nomenclature of your variables, methods name, correct, class name, okay, even the nomenclature, whether the small letters, where should be a big letters, correct, capital letters, I mean to say, where there should be a gap or not, how to integrate with this gate, Jenkins, right? Everything, it is going to be professional, and whatever the we are following rules and regulations while writing the code, okay, with whatever suitable design principles you will use and design patterns in the industry that we are going to learn to over here. And based on that only, I have just created a simple segregated, okay, to ensure you how the automation works in front of you. This is the demo. So I think all set. Here it is again, if I'll go into much detail, then it will make undigested thing, I guess. So again, you have some pom.xml to add the dependencies. It's a Maven based project. Okay, I guess we'll more interacted when you will enroll to the course. Okay, to much details of everything. Okay, so this is for the automation demo. Okay, so here I'm concluding it. Okay, okay. Thanks everyone. Now moving to a next thing, that is a Q&A, right? So here you can have a Q&A section for you. So if you have any question, anything, you can just go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
So actually, nowadays every industry is using different frameworks. No? So you told me actually BDD.
Right.
Apart from this one, we are going to use also. No? Is
Yeah,
it a
yeah.
very simple
Everything.
compared to other?
No, it's like BDD is very simple. When you hear like what happened, it's for like actually we are using the BDD approach. Okay, for the time. Okay, what will happen? your product owner will write everything in this requirements in given when then format. All right, you will just take copy and paste it, right? And you will write your end-to-end test cases in given and when then format. So every means non-technical person also can read it and can get to know what test cases you have performed for the feature. For TDD, it's like in every line you will write the code, and based on some annotations and what it is going to run. So again, both have its own advantages and disadvantages. So it's totally based on the product. If your product is based on some financial things, right, where every data is matters, using Excel you will test it, everything's right using, it's based on some test data. If the testing is based on some test data, if the particular feature that you are going to test on lots of test data is there, then you will use the TDD approach. Okay, if you
Okay.
are worrying about the flows end to end with some limited test data, then you will go with the BDD. So it totally based on the company in which you are working, right, and on which factors of the features you are going to work. So based on that, you will have some, first you will have 1 week or 2 week of understanding of this features and what you need to test, and all these things you will get that you have you I think you know this SDLC process. So first there is one
Yeah.
phase called as requirement analysis. There you will discuss all these things, and then you will go with some TDD or BDD approach. So both have its own advantage and disadvantage, I would say. But most preferably now the industries are evolving into the BDD approach.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
The webinar was concentrated on the automation framework, but I didn't see any topic being discussed on automation framework, how to write, what are the different frameworks which can be used in the company, or else how can we design a framework like that.
Yeah. So I guess like have you saw this our demo that we have integrated with Junkins and browsers, and even we have saw this BDD approach to design the classes and all. Hello, is I'm
Yes.
audible? Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So did
audible.
you saw that like even I will, okay, I am again presenting. Okay. I guess this we are talking about, right? Correct. How to, so this is just a crepe I have just written for you. So how you can make the pages, step definition, utility, just a small introduction for this. Okay, for the BDD framework and using Cucumber. Okay. Again, you can for parallel testing, if I'll go in much detail, then it will like take the time. And again, for some of you guys, it will not get understandable. So just for a basic of now, just I have written this. Again, you can connect with the parallel testing, cross browser testing to this, right? On a BDD note only. Correct. And there are some test ng annotations, some you can take the data from Excel, JSN, and even from data factory, you can use it. Correct. Data provider is also there in the test ng and all, right? Even for parallel testing, so there should not be conflicting of the threads. You can use thread local. So one by one, like we can hierarchy, we can design it. So we can only do this when you have all the knowledge. So that's why only here I'm taking, for the ease of the time as well, a very basic one, how we can automate. That is my agenda for today's session, and what technology and what else things you can have in your mind that you can integrate with it. And even one more thing that I have covered over here, just for your knowledge. Okay, how this BDD will help you to segregation, what is the features file, how you can design a sample web page using this to automate this. So I hope like I have answered your question. And of course, definitely whatever the details you are asking for, that we can cover it in later sessions. Correct. Once you have the some basic understanding of this feature. So just to don't make it for demo things, to make it very complicated, I have just you go with this small one.
Hello, Ash.
Okay,
This is
thank you.
Postman. Yeah. Can are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
So actually, apart this BDD, so may I know what are the different frameworks?
Yeah, we have even in the covering topics as well, TDD we have, which is test data driven. Then we have ATDD as well, which is based on some acceptance, like some your stakeholders or have some criteria. We will accept this based on this condition. So there are ATDD versions as well. And again, it's totally based on, even we have some native version as well, where you have some hybrid versions, right? Even you can go with that approach as well. So there are lots of it. So based on the product you have, based on the feasibility, team size, everything you need to consider all this accountability, and then you will go with which is suited for you. Many a times if you'll see, okay, in industry it is happened like if the core a, there are like again two types of framework. This is only just I have show you a one type, okay, and everything I have considered in one thing, right? There are, if you'll write any framework from the scratch, okay, there are two things that you need to cover. One is the AOT and second one is the TAF. So TAF, every company, okay, which is a stable one, they have their own framework called as TAF. That is testing test automation framework. So here everything related to their credentials, some already designed methods will be there related with drivers, okay, and it is using some factory design pattern, singleton pattern, some thread local things, every like every common things this TAF is designed. Even if you are test with any of the product, just use this tab, it has everything predefined, it is not based on the product or anything, okay. You can use the tab to automate anything. So it is, you can say, a basic bone you will get from the stabilized company where they have their own keys, access keys. And again, we have just used this browser site, this is a free version we have used, right? There are lots of things you will get according to some access keys on premium account and all, right? And this you will get it from even this Jenkins I have hosted on local, because if I have to do this on server, then I need to buy a server, right? So everything that you will, all this credentials, everything, some constant files and everything you will find in this tab one, okay. This is designed specifically when you have everything ready. This is a TAF, okay, that is test automation framework. You will use the methods designed in this TAF to automate your framework or the features or the product. That is called as, okay, automation under test, whatever AOT you have, right? So whatever the feature or the product that you need to test, that is under the test, based on this step functionalities you are going to use this functions, methods, whatever written here, and based on that you will test your one. So it's a very beautifully get designed. Hello,
Yeah.
is that audible?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
so it is get
So,
beautifully designed in some manners, yeah.
okay. Actually, most of the companies usually use this as TestNG framework and
No, no,
POM.
right,
Those
right,
only
no, no, no.
frameworks.
Test
Yeah.
ng is unit framework, right? So it's not a
Yes.
way of yeah, it's not a way to develop your test cases. And case TDD and BDD are some two different things, and JUnit and TestNG, these are the things which will provide you unit framework, unit testing type of thing, you can say, and some annotation and some feasibility to take the input. Let's suppose if you don't want to take the input from some external files, excels or and all, right? So TestNG will give you some data provider through which you can take the data in 2D array and you can pass in and you can use it, correct? So this will make your automation things easy. That's why they are giving it. Even TestNG, this unit framework will give you one additional thing as well. It will generate the report without writing anything. It will give you its custom reports as well. Even Cucumber, okay, these are some things, okay, that's I'm intentionally I have not mentioned, okay, so that even some new guys should not get confused what we are talking of. But anyway, I will answer these questions as well. So Cucumber will, this is for BDD testing. It will provide you the integration of the feature files to step definition, right to the pages. You will use it. Cucumber will give you some annotations as well, at the rate before, at the rate after, correct? Cucumber will even give you some reports as well, custom reports as well. Using cucumber.io, you can have some HTML based on pie charts and everything. You can get the reports. And again, I am talking about a generic term reports. Even, okay, many of you are using to LOR reports, extent reports, right? There are again ETR reports, there are multiple types of reports. So now I'm talking on a very generic terms, right? So even for unit framework as well, you will have unit, you can have the test ng, or you could have a JUnit as well, correct? So
Yes.
based on this is something like, based on your thing you will have it, right? Again, you have come up with next one, which is a POM, correct?
Mm.
So POM and Maven. So in pom.xml, you will just write the dependencies, correct? And if you will make your project on Gradle, not on Maven, then you will add on this Gradle, you will get some dependency. Based on that, you can add some dependency, right? And if you're using Maven, then again, some advantage you will get, right? Or using Gradle as well. Your project, it will just, this Maven and Gradle, this is only to make your project structured, right? In Java src main Java, you will write your code. In some test, you will have your features classes. In external resources, if you are using some files and all, you can add it in resources folder. So just to make your project structurized, right? you are going to use Maven or Gradle, whatever you wish to.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no issues. Absolutely fine. Any other thing, guys? I think, yeah, we have one question. Can we do service virtualization in Jenkins to mock out dependency which are not available at the time of testing the UI? Definitely. See, now we have run everything on the UI side, and Jenkins will download all the dependency whatever you have given on the pom.xml. Correct. Whenever you are using this, Jenkins, you have one option, manage Jenkins. Either you can download it or you can have some pipeline as well in some three formats or four formats pipeline. For your answer, it's definitely yes, you can do that. Okay. And just I'm giving you some steps how you can do that. Right. You can have in the pipeline, you can write the code for that. Right. If some dependencies are even the dependency are conflict each other and all, on a first step only it will get failed, then you need to update it. Correct. And if you'll have some many of times your if you're running UI test cases, it will get failed on the dependency of Chrome driver, because the Chrome browser version, Chrome driver version will not get properly sync, then you will get this error. So there is one trick what you can use. Don't ever install any of the driver, just use webdriver manager.chromedriver.setup. It will set up whatever the latest version compatible what the Jenkins will have, and they will interact it. Correct. So you don't have to worry about that as well. So there are lots of things that you can use there. For your answer, it's yes. What about the accessibility test? Can we do in Selenium? Any advice? Okay. So accessibility test again, yes, you can do it, but again, it's if you'll see, I will just make one thing very clear. If you'll see, there are some Angular websites, okay, based on some maybe some websites based on some React.js, if you'll consider. So front end developers have one thing to write there using ng module, correct? Ng module, right? Or ng rebyte is there. Correct. So using that also they can fetch the elements. But Selenium 90% of time it is get failed to fetch that element. Right. So what you can do, there is one dependency again, some third party dependency you can add and you can do some ng dependency that you can use it, right? And using that you can locate the even the part of the JavaScript written front end you have with React.js or with Angular. You can definitely going to use. You don't have to install with Cypress or Protector. You can even solve this issue as well. Okay, with the Selenium, just you need to add. Okay, just you need to add one ng WebDriver dependency. Okay, just a second. Just I'm drinking water. Yeah,
Any more questions, guys?
Hello, sir. One more question.
yeah, go ahead.
Actually, we want to test a performance testing by using load, stress, and volume. Particular, we have to use the tool, or we have to design a framework, or we have to write that scripts, sir.
Correct. So based on your requirement, you can go with the tool JMeter, or there are
Okay.
Gatling as well. Okay, yeah. So you can go with the JMeter. You can do manual as well. And if you want to write a script to do that, you can go with Java as well while to write the script for that. So based on your choice, you can do it manually as well with JMeter, correct? Or you can write a script for that as well.
Okay. So any kind of the project we can perform by using JMeter. It will.
Right. In JMeter, see, even you just have to add some load, like based on 100 users. If you want to see on Facebook whether 100 users are able to log in at the same time, you just what you need to do in if you'll open JMeter, just add thread count here as 100. So it will act as one thread as a one user, right? So based on you can give any sort of load, and even you can do throttling over there based on some slow networks and all this type of things based on the users count. Even you will get how much time API is interacting it and all. And even if you will make it more interesting in deep dive, you can even integrate your this testing tools everything, okay, with Selenium API with Datadog. Datadog will provide you everything, like how much time the API served here, like out of 100%, how much time it is taken out of 45% or 50% on which thing. If there could be some SQL queries, right, which are taking time. Because if you'll see the Facebook one, if you'll log in, backend happen, what happen, I will just sharing with you. It will take your username and your password. And again, when I'm saying username and password, even Facebook will not know what it is. If someone person, it is get encrypted, right, with some algorithm, they will take it, then they will search it into the DB, whether this is username is correct with this password, right, whether this username is corresponding to this password or not. If it is valid, then it will allow you to log in, and then you will see your homepage. So this is a process, but within a fraction of seconds you are going to see your homepage. Even you will not know, okay, what is happening in backend, and it will show you the homepage directly, right? So if you want to test these things with thousands of students, with thousands of, let's suppose, users, what will happen when thousands loads are there on Facebook? How much time it will take to show the homepage or to. So here you will see some 3 to 4 actions are involved. One, taking the input. Second, encrypting it. Third, searching to the DB. Correct. Fourth, backing, that is giving response to the user, and then you will redirect to the home page. So how much this 5 things are taking, that you can again, how much time is taking for this and everything, you can even integrate with the Datadog, and you can search for it. And even if you'll go with some simplicity, just to see how much time it is taking for just giving on taking the requirement and giving it back, you can, with multiple loads, you can go with the JMeter.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I got it, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Any more questions? Hello. Can
Yeah,
you share this recording?
Rishika, you're audible.
Yes, yes, we will be sharing this recording. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be uploading this recording on YouTube channel also, and you can access that recording there itself. Okay. Any more questions, technical questions, guys, related to the topics which has been covered in the PPT?
Yeah, we have one question in chat. What about backend testing tools? So as I have discussed, we have Postman, and with automation, we'll go with the coding language, and with Java with the REST assured. Other than API, if you'll see, if you want to within that API only, okay, we'll write the code. Okay, in that particular, we'll design the framework in such way it will interact with your database as well, get the data from there, and you will match it. And again, as I mentioned, like even we can integrate with Datadog and all, some Splunk or whatever tools you have, correct? Even we can interact with the logs as well. We have one more question. Muskan, can you elaborate the coding part of the code which you have written? So it's in Bdd format, okay? And let me just show you once. Is my screen is visible, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sure.
Yes, it is visible.
Thanks. So if we'll see, first I will just start with this test runner. Okay, so here I have just used the Cucumber plugin. So Cucumber, the first the system want to know, okay, which feature files you want to run and where you have stored the feature files. So we need to give some location for that. So here I have just given my feature file is present here. Cucumber boss, please run it. And this is a test runner. So I just need to run this class. It will go to this file. Okay, in this feature folder, if you'll see src, this users, Yashobe, Mercury to test, src main resources, and then we have feature files. The same flow you can see here. I am with my feature file. So what happened internally? it will going to read the first line. Okay, user is on Mercury tourist website. If you'll click inside this, you can see it is get integrated with one steps. What is the steps? User is on Mercury tour test. I have integrated with this annotation. Whenever this line will get called, you need to run this method. Okay, so inside this method we have written just a driver browser factory dot return driver, right? This will return the driver of this that we have saw right in the browser stack, correct? How we have integrated with it. So I will just show you that as well. Here you can see in return driver, I have just written all this what driver I need, which will work on this operating system on this browsers. So I've just given some capabilities of that, right? And I have just then executed this execute test and whatever the things I have given here, okay, based on browser operating system, it will call this execute test method. So it will just execute it. This is the code for that. Okay, and this is as this is a remote web driver, right? It is not specified to any Chrome browser or Firefox driver. It can be anything, right? So we have just returned the parent one here, remote web driver. Okay, and after that, okay, if I will just come to this page steps only. After we will get the driver here. So using that driver, remote driver, we'll just get. So get is again used to call the whatever sites you need to open. You will just give the URL over here. So again, this is not a best practice to directly give the URL here. You will have some config.properties file where you will save it and you will just pass here the key. Okay, using that key, it will take that URL. Okay, and rest of the things are like same only. Then you have another methods in the feature. So first it will execute that method, then it will come to this line, right? Then again it will see what is the integration of this part for this particular line. It will go here. You can see this is the method for this line. Okay, then it will just execute this line registration page. It will create the object and we are calling, as Java is object oriented programming, here everything is driven by object. We have created the object of this class because we need to use the method present in this class, right? Registration page. So we have created this one. We have this method. So it will just first name dot send keys will send the name, whatever name you want to send. Again, I have just written it because just I'm automating it for first one test case for one scenario. Again, this if you want to test with 100 of this, you can have a separate JSON. Using that key you can take the names, right? Or using properties file using Excel. Okay, again there is one more thing now it's evaluating. YAML also you can use. It's fast than JSON, right? Again, it's based on some indentation. You can use that as well, right? Or if you're using TestNG, if there are less data, you can even use data provider as well. Lots of things to use it. Okay, so I've just used a very simple one, just hard coded over here. Again, I'm saying in industry you don't have to hard code it. So this is a send case is a method of Selenium. First name is your locator web element, correct? You can locate this. So I'm not I will not tell this how to locate and all. I guess it will extend the session to 9:30 then, right? So then you can locate it. So again, this is the only way. Then again you will have mailing information. Then again it will go to step definition. Then whatever the methods we have, it will call it, right? So this will open, but the initial point start from here from test runner. It will going to see whether in feature file the feature file is present at this location. Then one by one it will pick up the line, search it for it integration in the step definition, and then in pages. I hope like this code is clear.
Yes, sir, clear. Thank you.
No issues. Thanks.
Any more
Yes.
questions, guys?
Yeah. Yes, definitely, Swati. You can use it if like it's on React.js. If you are not finding that element using ID, it's some dynamic path you are using. You just need to add one dependency of ng WebDriver, and based on that, you can maybe if some locators are failing, you can just change it. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Fine. So I guess if any of the questions are left, you can, view our YouTube recording for the reference of this session. And thank you so much, Yesh, for the wonderful session. And this is very informative session. Thank you everybody for attending this session. We appreciate you being here. Every month we are conducting such webinars. Follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook to get the latest update on the upcoming webinars. Also, please provide your valuable feedback on Google reviews and Trustpilot. We have been sharing these links with you over the chat windows. It will really gonna help us if you take a few minutes of your time and share your feedback on these platforms. So thank you guys. One more thing, we have this on-spot offer of 10% discount, which is valid for the webinar day only. So if you want to enroll for the course, you can, click on the link which has been shared with you, and you can go to our website, apply this coupon, and you'll get instant 10% discount on the course fees. So those who want to enroll for the course can avail this discount today itself. I think that is all from our side. Thank you once again for attending the session.
Thanks everyone.
We'll see you
Take care.
next time.
Stay safe.
Yeah.